There is a myth that poisons every modern relationship, a sacred cow we're all expected to worship. The idea that love is endless forgiveness. We're told to be the bigger person, to always offer a clean slate, that you can save someone with enough patience and compassion, that love conquers all. I'm here to tell you that this is the most dangerous romantic lie ever conceived. Love does not conquer contempt. Love does not conquer cruelty. Love does not conquer a deliberate decision to destroy you. Today, we are drawing the line. We are talking about the terminal diagnoses of a relationship, the acts so corrosive, so fundamentally disrespectful, that accepting them is an act of self-betrayal. These are the things that are unforgivable, not because you lack the heart to forgive, but because forgiving them means giving away your dignity, your sanity, and your very future. This isn't about promoting conflict. This is about self-preservation. It's about recognizing when the person you love is actively, repeatedly choosing to harm you. Because here is the absolute truth. Forgiveness without a fundamental, visible, and enduring change is not a virtue. It's just enablement. If you are staying out of hope, fear, or a sense of obligation, you need to hear this. Let's talk about the 10 actions that should be an immediate, non-negotiable exit from any relationship. 1. The weapon of perpetual deception. We're not talking about forgetting to mention a parking ticket or pretending you love their mother's casserole. We're talking about systematic lying, the person who operates by creating an alternate reality and expects you to be a confused, compliant citizen in it. They lie about money. They lie about who they spend time with. They lie about their past. They lie so naturally that it becomes the baseline of the relationship. Why is this unforgivable? Because a relationship is built on shared reality. When someone lies to you habitually, they are telling you your perception, your intelligence, and your peace of mind are worthless. They are signaling that you are not a respected partner, but an obstacle to be managed with carefully constructed narratives. I watched a friend lose 5 years to a partner who had a second, hidden phone. Not for an affair, but just to manage a network of half-truths. She tracked every move, every interaction, demanding constant compliance. The small lies about being late, about a new expense, were just boundary probes. They were checking. How much dishonesty will you tolerate before you break? The moment someone establishes that lying is their default operating system with you, they have made a choice. They prefer control over your trust. And you cannot build a life with a manipulator who views you as a mark. Your reality doesn't matter to them. And once that foundation of reality is gone, you have nothing left to stand on. 2. Public contempt disguised as a joke. This is the classic, insidious relationship killer. The person who uses your most embarrassing moments as party anecdotes. The one who mocks your ambitious career change in front of your friends. Or undermines your parenting choices with a casual eye roll and a snide comment. Oh, don't mind her. She's tried painting before. It never sticks. He's the worst driver in the state. Bless his heart. They frame it as humor. But when you object, they dismiss you. Can't you take a joke? You're so sensitive. Here is the defining difference. A true joke is funny for everyone, including the person being teased. When someone consistently, repeatedly makes you the punchline, they are not expressing humor. They are expressing contempt. Contempt is the sulfuric acid of a relationship. It is the single best predictor that a couple will break up. It's a sneering superiority that says, I am better than you, and I will tear you down to prove it. They are publicly establishing dominance and destroying your social standing. And when you are living with someone who views you with contempt, the relationship is already dead. You are staying with a person who fundamentally dislikes who you are. This isn't a flaw. This is a terminal character problem. 3. The emotional hostage situation. The third unforgivable act is emotional blackmail and manipulation. This is the person who turns their feelings into weapons. I guess I'll just kill myself if you leave. If you really loved me, you wouldn't be out with your friends right now. I must not be pretty enough for you to stop looking at other people. These are not expressions of love or hurt. They are calculated attacks. They are designed to make you responsible for their emotions, making your compassion and loyalty a tool for control. This person is an emotional terrorist. They take your love, your compassion, your sense of duty, your absolute best qualities, and they take them hostage. They use your own vulnerability, your fear of being a bad person, your desire to help, as the chains that bind you. A key truth: someone who truly, healthily loves you would never use your love against you. They would never put the weight of their own survival or happiness on your shoulders as a means of compliance. They wouldn't weaponize your vulnerabilities. Real love is about mutual freedom and respect. If their primary relationship tool is to make you feel overwhelmingly guilty, obligated, or terrified to leave, they don't love you. They love controlling you. You are an emotional appliance, not a partner. Fourth, surveillance disguised as intimacy. The fourth unforgivable act is boundary violation presented as love. This is the person who needs to know everything. They go through your phone while you sleep. They check your location tracker obsessively. They show up unannounced at your job or your social events to check in. They frame it as, "I love you so much I can't stand to be apart," or "I'm just worried about you." But this is not love. It is ownership. Privacy is not about having something to hide. It is about maintaining your individual identity. It's about the basic respect of being a separate, autonomous human being. When they violate your boundaries, when they demand passwords, demand line-by-line explanations of your schedule, or interrogate your friendships, they are saying, "Your autonomy does not matter to me. You are no longer a partner. You are an asset to be monitored." I once knew someone whose partner installed tracking software on her work computer, just in case she lost it. That's not concern. That's surveillance. Once surveillance and the constant erosion of your personal space become the norm, your role shifts from an equal partner to a prisoner with a warden. You become afraid to do anything, say anything, or even think anything that might lead to interrogation. A relationship without boundaries is a cage, and you should never have to prove your innocence to your partner. 5. The escalation of physical force. The fifth unforgivable act is physical aggression of any kind. This is not just a punch. It is a slap. It is throwing a plate against the wall. It is punching a door. It is aggressive posturing or blocking your path. These are not expressions of anger. They are expressions of dominance. They are the aggressor saying, "I will use force or the threat of force to control you." And here is the terrifying absolute rule of physical aggression in a relationship. It always escalates. The threat becomes a push. The push becomes a slap. The slap becomes a strike. Every single act of physical aggression that is forgiven teaches the aggressor that violence works. It teaches them you will stay. It teaches them that their need for control is more important than your safety. People who use violence against their partners are making a choice. They don't do it to their boss when they're frustrated. They don't throw things at police officers. They can control it. They choose not to with you because they believe you are the one person in their life who will tolerate it. Your safety is the ultimate non-negotiable. One act of physical aggression or property destruction designed to intimidate is not a mistake. It is a definitive statement of intent. Believe the statement. Sixth, financial warfare. The sixth unforgivable act is financial exploitation and control. This is often the most invisible form of abuse. It's the person who secretly runs up debt in your name, the one who sabotages your career to keep you dependent, the one who forgets their wallet for months on end, the person who quits a job without discussion, expecting you to take on all the financial burden. Money is not just currency. It is freedom. It is security. It is options. When a partner controls your money, they are controlling your future. They are controlling your exit strategy. They are eliminating your ability to leave. They make you feel guilty for wanting boundaries. Don't you trust me? Couples share everything. But sharing requires consent and reciprocity, not one-sided taking and unilateral decision-making. If you have to lie about your own income, or hide savings, or fear looking at a bank statement because of what your partner might have done, you are not in a partnership. You are a financial resource being managed for someone else's benefit. This is a deliberate, strategic way to trap you. And a healthy partner will never try to make you dependent on them. 7. The walled garden of isolation. The seventh unforgivable act is deliberate isolation from support systems. This is a slow poison. They don't like your friends. Your family is too toxic. Your hobbies take up too much of your time together. Step by step, systematically, they chip away at every person, every activity, every source of validation that is not them. The goal is simple: to make themselves your only source of reality, emotional connection, and information. Isolation is the abuser's best friend. Without outside perspective, their version of reality, that you are crazy, that you are lucky to have them, that all your friends are terrible, becomes the only reality you hear. Leaving becomes impossible because you have nowhere to go and no one to tell you that what you are enduring is not normal. This is not love-seeking closeness. This is control, eliminating competition. You will find that people who abuse their partners always try to isolate them first, because once you are cut off, the real abuse begins, and there is no one left to witness it or help you escape. 8. The choice of betrayal. The eighth unforgivable act is, simply, infidelity. And I don't care what modern culture says about complexity, needs, or rough patches. When someone cheats, they are making a series of deliberate choices. The choice to pursue someone else. The choice to lie about it. The choice to risk your health. The choice to risk your financial security. The choice to destroy your trust. It just happened is a lie. Nothing just happens. Every affair requires planning, deceit, and a constant, conscious decision to prioritize their own temporary pleasure over your permanent pain. If the relationship has problems, you communicate, you go to therapy, or you leave. You don't get to have a backup relationship while keeping your main one in reserve. The person who cheats is telling you who they are. Someone who will betray you when it's convenient and lie when it's easier. And the statistics are cold and hard. People who cheat once are statistically far more likely to do it again. When someone shows you they are capable of that level of betrayal, believe them. Your ability to trust your partner is one of the most sacred things you own. Don't let someone shatter it twice. 9. Weaponizing your deepest secrets. The ninth unforgivable act is the ultimate betrayal of intimacy. Weaponizing your vulnerabilities. You share your deepest fear, your childhood trauma, or your battle with depression. They listen. They nod. They hold you. Then, the next time you argue, they fire it back at you like a missile. You tell them about your body image issues. They call you fat in a fight. You confide about a past abusive event. They say you are damaged when they are angry. You open up about anxiety. They call you crazy or unstable to win a point. When someone uses your deepest secrets against you, they are not just hurting you in the moment. They are ensuring you will never be truly vulnerable again. They are teaching you that openness equals danger, and that trust is the act of handing over ammunition. A person who truly understands your pain protects it. They build a fortress around your vulnerabilities. A person who exploits your pain is not a partner. They are a predator. You cannot be safe with someone who views your sacred truths as just more tools for control and cruelty. 10. The cycle of trauma, bonding. The 10th unforgivable act is the cycle of abuse, followed by love bombing. This is the person who breaks you down Monday through Friday, and then spends the weekend making grand romantic gestures. They scream at you, then buy flowers. They humiliate you, then promise a vacation. They are the constant chaos followed by the beautiful, agonizing relief. This cycle is a deliberate mechanism to create trauma bonding. The extreme lows make the short highs feel like salvation. The unpredictability keeps you constantly anxious, constantly walking on eggshells, constantly trying to earn back the good version of them. You become addicted to the relief period, not realizing that needing relief from your partner means you are being systematically harmed. The love bombing isn't love. It's manipulation. They aren't sorry. They are scared you'll leave. They aren't changing. They are resetting the trap. And every single time, the cycle gets worse. The lows get lower, the highs get shorter, until you are living in a constant state of low-grade abuse with just enough emotional breadcrumbs to keep you from starving. Healthy relationships do not require recovery periods. Stop trading your peace for their fleeting moments of remorse. The hard truth about staying, why people stay, and the cost. So, why do smart, loving, capable people accept these unforgivable acts? First, the sunk cost fallacy. I've invested 5 years. I can't leave now. But staying doesn't get those 5 years back. It only guarantees you'll waste 5 more. Every day you stay with someone who treats you with contempt is a day you are not available for someone who won't. Second, the fear of being alone. But here is the critical distinction you must make. Being alone is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Being with someone who destroys your self-worth, who makes you question your reality, and who turns love into emotional warfare, that is worse than being alone. Alone, you can heal. Alone, you are safe. Third, the hope they'll change. They're getting help. They had a tough childhood, but explanations are not excuses. Understanding why someone hurts you doesn't make the hurt acceptable. And here is the simplest test. A person who is truly changing doesn't ask you to endure more harm to prove they're different. They change first, consistently, and show you they are worthy of your trust. The cost of forgiving the unforgivable is simply too high. Your children learn that this is what love looks like. Your career suffers from the constant emotional turmoil. Your health deteriorates from chronic, low-level stress. You become a shell of who you once were, constantly anxious, walking on eggshells, constantly trying to earn a baseline of respect that should be freely given. The choice and the freedom. If you have recognized your relationship in this list, I want you to know one thing. It is not your fault that someone chose to treat you badly. Their behavior is about their character, not your worth. You cannot love someone into being better. You cannot forgive someone into respecting you. You cannot sacrifice enough to make someone finally value you. The hard truth is that people who commit these unforgivable acts know exactly what they are doing. They don't disrespect their boss. They don't manipulate police officers. They can control their behavior. They choose not to with you because they believe you will accept it. It's not inability. It's a choice. Leaving is not giving up. Leaving is choosing yourself. It is not failure. It is the recognition that some things are simply non-negotiable. It takes incredible strength to walk away from someone you love because you love yourself more. Here is your action plan. 1. Document everything. The lies, the manipulation, the abuse. Keep a record somewhere safe. 2. Tell one person. Break the isolation. Tell a trusted friend or family member what is truly happening. 3. Make a safety plan. Contact local domestic violence resources, even if you think your situation isn't that bad. They are there to help you plan an exit. Don't announce your plans. Just go. Stop asking, how can I make this work? Start asking, why am I accepting this? Stop wondering, when will they change? Start recognizing, this is who they are. Stop thinking, but I love them. Start remembering, I must love myself more. The myth that love conquers all has destroyed more lives than any other romantic lie. Real love doesn't need to conquer battles, because real love doesn't create them. You deserve a relationship where respect is standard, where trust is maintained, and where love is shown through consistent care, not grand apologies after harm. The unforgivable acts we've discussed are not mistakes. They are choices to harm, to deceive, to control, to exploit. Don't forgive them. Believe them, because your life is too valuable to waste on someone who treats it as disposable. Freedom from a toxic relationship is not just an escape. It's a resurrection of the person you were meant to be. What patterns did you recognize? What boundary have you realized you need to set right now? Share your story in the comments. Not to shame anyone, but because sometimes seeing your truth reflected by a stranger is the wake-up call you need to finally say, enough. Subscribe for more free, valuable videos.